In this segment, we head to Kingsford High School for Suffolk's very first Mass Casualty Incident Exercise. Suffolk Public Safety Partners participated in a full-scale Mass Casualty Incident Exercise. Its purpose was to conduct a Homeland Security exercise and evaluation program specifically aimed at evaluating Suffolk's multi-agency response to a mass casualty event.
In the 34 years I've been with the department, one of the things that we've never done is actually put on a mass casualty exercise drill such as this. We've done in years past what are called mock disasters, which are very similar. My role is I'm the exercise director today. I guess that was a default because I'm an instructor for mass casualty incident management. Our goal today is to evaluate the incident management system as far as how our people act on scene as far as setting up incident command, triaging of multiple patients, treatment and transport to the facility. Again, we haven't done this. We've done on a smaller scale before, actually recently, but the drill today is actually designed to incorporate what we've learned in the past, doing a multi-agency because the police department's involved. We're exercising with the hospital, local hospital, Nightingale Air Ambulance is involved. So by doing all this today, it's going to help us. It shows, it identifies training needs as far as from a standpoint of the incident command structure and system and so forth. So it helps direct our office. What the scenario we did today, we chose today, and we had a pool of scenarios we could have chosen. Today's scenario was a bleacher collapse during a high school football game. So with that being said, during the course of high school football games, there's actually already law enforcement on scene for security. So we incorporated them as real world. But we have engine companies, we have rescue units in case of patients are trapped, extrication of patients from bleachers. And with the scenario, ambulances, we're looking at air ambulances as well as ground units, this type thing. So these were the units and vehicles that we've got on scene for this particular drill. Things that we would normally have or request anyway if this was a real episode. We actually got the approval for this whole process to unfold 1 week to the day prior to the Boston bombings. And again, what we're doing is a mass casualty incident management deal. Since the approval, we had probably 10 or 12 mass casualties happen in the country. If you're not familiar, we had the Hurricane Isabel came through 10 years ago. 5 years ago, we had a tornado come through our city. This is the 5th year. So it's ironic that we're doing it this year. And for preparation, this is what we had it set up. So the process started back in June with the Mass Casualty Incident Management Module 1, which is awareness. Our whole department went through that, then went through operations. Once operations was completed, we actually did 12 small-scale exercises to prep us for this large-scale exercise interagency. One of the things that we really want to focus on, this was very, very valuable training that we did for our department that is crucial for our department, but also that from a standpoint of cost, we were able to get this whole thing done through grant money, through the Homeland Security, different funds that trickled down to us. So it was kind of a win-win. We were able to get the training for our people at very little cost, if any, for our citizens. It was all done through grant money. So
CRA was hired by the Hampton Roads Metropolitan Medical Response System, which is part of TEMS, which is the Tidewater EMS Emergency Medical System. They've been in place for a long, long time, and they developed regional protocols for mass casualty events because they rarely, they're large enough that they rarely can be managed by a single jurisdiction. So the thought was develop regional protocols to establish mutual aid and operational considerations so everybody kind of is following the same playbook when a major event happens. So our exercise today is simulating a mass casualty event at the high school during a football game. So we have lots of injured people, and Suffolk does not have the resources to address that many patients quickly enough so the patients get transported and treated in an efficient and effective manner, in the right time to get them the care that is required to save a lot of lives. So we're doing this drill to test the system, so to speak, the mass casualty regional protocols. Do people know how to call for mutual aid assistance from around the region? Do they know how to use the MMRS resources? Suffolk has a mass casualty bus that carries up to 28 patients of different casualty levels. They also have a mass casualty trailer, which has a lot of equipment for a mass casualty event. And it doesn't get used very often, so it's really important to train on this equipment so when things do happen in real life, that the first responders they know how to use the equipment, they know how to quickly deploy it, and the faster and more effectively you can deal with mass casualty events, the more lives you're going to save. So that really, in a nutshell, is what we're doing today over at Kings Fork High School. It's absolutely essential because no jurisdiction in this region really internally has the capabilities to deal with a true mass casualty event, and it's not cost effective for every jurisdiction to have that extent of capability, whether it's equipment, resources, vehicles. It just makes no sense not to share capabilities for a very rare event, which a mass casualty is. It's very cost effective, and it makes sense to deal with it on a regional basis. Well, every exercise is followed up by an after-action conference, and we also do a full report. So we're going to look at Suffolk's processes, their incident command processes. We're also going to look at the mass casualty regional protocols. Are they effective? Do they need to be amended to be more useful? The bus is a way to transport patients to the hospital. Is more training needed in using those buses? Do we need to help train the hospital personnel in how to unload those buses? Because they're very unique vehicles. It's not your standard ambulance type of setup. Very unique loading and unloading. And so this will tell us if we need to increase our training and exercises all across the region. So there are 11 of the buses across the region, the Hampton Roads region. So this exercise really is going to be a great lesson for maybe some possible training and exercise needs that probably we can apply across the region in all those jurisdictions. So doing one exercise can impact the other 15 in the Hampton Roads region.
Thanks for watching this segment of Suffolk Headlines.